When you are near, my heart is at peace. Hurry home.
Yes, he's killed the Empress. I'll see you beheaded for this, Corvo.
Alright guys, here we are in the final mission of our Dishonored personal play. Now let me again say this right off the bat. This is not live commentary when I was actually playing through the game. This is post commentary. I decided to take this particular episode and kind of give my final thoughts on the game and my experience with this personal play overall. And not to mention the way I decided to get through this particular mission wasn't that entertaining to do live commentary with, because something I noticed when I was playing through on my Chaos run was obviously there was a lot of enemies on the ground, etc., but I noticed that there were a lot of ways that I could climb. Now, obviously, I didn't climb in my Chaos run because I wanted to be down there in the thick of it and kill everybody. But I kept noticing, hey, if I got to get to the top of this tower, then I can climb on these cables, which is what you're seeing now. I can, you know, keep climbing up, keep climbing up, keep climbing up. And this is actually what you're seeing on screen right now is the first time I played this level. The first time. So I had no practice on this level, which is the reason why I didn't have live recording on. I was like, I don't know if this is gonna work. I might get halfway through and then I can't climb anymore and I'll have to readjust my strategies. But it worked all the way up to the top. It worked, and I was able to get through this mission with ease. But let's get into my thoughts on this personal play and kind of the interaction we've had as a community during this run. So I've done a lot of personal plays on this channel, and they're slowly becoming some of my favorite things to do, because I do all live recordings and I'm able to share with you guys my initial opinion of a game right out the gate, and they're really fun. And this one was completely unique because I played the game for you guys the first time through a certain way, right, killing everybody. And then we had an intermission video, which congratulations again to Dormouse03 for winning the $100 prize. She did complete the Don't Blink challenge. I showed you guys that back in the intermission video. If you missed that, feel free to go back and watch it. You'll be able to see exactly where the hidden message was. And then of course, I will, I'm giving her the prize in that video as well. So that's pretty cool. And then I was able to play through the second half of the game, which is what you guys just saw, being very stealthy, and that's really cool. I mean, I do that with a lot of games that I play. A lot of you guys know when I play a game for the first time, very rarely do I go for trophies on the first run of a game. I typically want to just get from the beginning to the end of the game as fast as possible, because I know I'm going to play the game a second time if it's any good at all, right? And so I just want to see how big the game is. You see what I mean? So I want to go from the beginning to the end. I want to get a scope of what I'm going to be having to play through a second time for. And I'm also kind of planning my trophy / achievement strategies while I'm going through on the first playthrough. Now granted, if there's trophies and achievements that I know I can get on the first playthrough, I will. But because I know I'm going to be playing through a second time, I tend to try to keep as many trophies and achievements from popping on the first playthrough, because I want there to be some stuff to do in the second playthrough. I don't want the second playthrough to be, you know, just going for one trophy or something like that. So that's typically how I like to run these games, and that's the reason why a lot of my personal plays are shorter than other people you might see on YouTube. You know, they'll stretch their personal plays out for 50, 60, 70 episodes, and they're usually, you know, 8 to 12 minutes a piece. And I don't know, that's a lot more editing on my end to have to create 75 videos to get through a Let's Play. And that usually, if I upload one a day, that means you guys are gonna have to come back and watch 75 videos, which means you're gonna have to come back to the channel 75 days in a row, or give or take, maybe not in a row, but you get what I'm saying, 75 times to be able to see the videos. So that's why I tend to lengthen mine out a bit. Now with this personal play, because the missions were a little bit more brief than what you would find in you know, another personal play, the videos were pretty manageable, especially on the second playthrough. I think it was a great way for us to see both sides of this game, for you guys to see how I play it on both sides of the fence, and I still was able to keep it under 30 videos, which is, I think, pretty cool. And a lot of things I noticed in the run on the second time through, there was less infected because I wasn't doing chaos runs, which was great. And even on this mission right here that you're seeing right now, I'm pretty sure, and I'll have to go back and look at the video, but I'm pretty sure when I did my high chaos run, it was stormy. Like, it was stormy and raining and lightning. on this mission right here, and now it's sunny outside. So if I'm remembering that correctly, then that, I guess my actions did have an effect on the weather of the game too, which is another great added touch. I honestly thought the graphics were really well done too, even though I'm playing the game years after it was released. I think the graphics are holding up pretty well. I'm sure at the time when it dropped, they were like revolutionary maybe, but I don't know, because I don't really remember the context of when this game came out and what was coming out around it. But the graphics hold up pretty well. I do like the fact that there's multiple endings to the game. A lot of you guys were asking me about that when we went through on the first time. You were like, hey, you know, some of you guys were saying you didn't have to do what you did at the end of the first playthrough. There was so many other ways that you could have taken him out, and I don't know, I wasn't even thinking about that. I just got there and didn't really know what to do. So that's really cool that they have all these little choices in the game that not only affect the consequences of the game, but also affect the entire ending of the game, which is really cool. I know there was a mission with Slackjaw where you could, basically employ him to take out those twins for you, which was awesome. I think on my first playthrough, I got his help, but then decided to, or no, I actually killed him kind of on the random, which was kind of cool too. So I love this game, guys. I can't say enough about this game. It's something that I could go back through and play right now if I wanted to. I could play it right now because there's still decisions in this game. Even though I played through 2 complete times, there are still choices and decisions in this game that I know I didn't make or that I could go back and do differently. It's just an amazing game, guys, and I cannot thank you enough for putting it on our list of games to play. You guys know I have a long-running list of games that you guys want me to play for you, and trust me, I'm just marking them off. Skyrim is up there. Both the Fallout games are up there. We got Mass Effect is up there. I'm jotting them all down. And there's plenty more too. There's roughly 20. Let me pull up this little. There's 27 up there right now. So we're gonna slowly just mark them off the list. Hopefully you guys are enjoying Dead Space right now as well. It should be running as this series has been running up on the channel. So anyway, guys, thanks again for checking out the videos. I'm gonna leave you guys with just the game, and I'm gonna go ahead and dip out of here. Enjoy the rest of the game, enjoy the rest of the run. The achievements will be popping at the end during the menu, so you can see that, and I have left the ending cutscene in as well, because it is a different ending than we got on the first run. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. You guys be good.
Remember when this was just a dream shared by a few angry, graduate of the boss? Lord Trevor Pendleton, neglected youngest son, bullied by your mother. This is all
Help me! Who is that? Corvo! I knew you'd come. Is it going to be okay now? Will I be Empress?
So ends the interregnum, and now Emily Caldwin the First will take her mother's throne after a season of turmoil. You will stand at her side, Corvo, guiding her young mind and protecting her from those who seek to exploit her or cause her harm. You watched and listened when other men would have shouted in rage. You held back instead of striking. So it is, with the passing of the plague and Emily's ascension, comes a golden age, brought about by your hand. And decades hence, when your hair turns white and you pass from this world, Empress Emily, Emily the Wise, at the height of her power, will lay your body down within her mother's great tomb, because you are more to her than royal protector. Farewell, Corvo.
Long enough for all of the big and the small, where the taller they stand, where the harder they fall. We live for today, but we die for the